All right, moving on to updates from the aviation sector. Now, in a significant reversal, just weeks after a major aviation policy announcement, the government of India has put on hold its directive that would have made 60% of airline seats free to choose. It was a decision meant to benefit flyers, but now shelved after an industry pushback. Earlier this month, the Ministry of Civil Aviation, via the DGCA, had directed that from April 20th onwards, airlines must offer at least 60% of seats on all flights free of seat selection charges, up from the current roughly 20% free seats. This was pitched as a big passenger-friendly move to reduce hidden fee during bookings. Passengers typically pay between 200 rupees to 2100 rupees extra to choose seats like window or aisle, that fees that would have applied to fewer seats under the old rule. However, after strong objections from the Federation of Indian Airlines and carriers like Akasa Air, the government reviewed the plan. Airlines argued that the rule would cut into their ancillary revenue, potentially force them to raise base airfares and clash with India's deregulated tariff regime. On April 2nd, the Aviation Ministry said the 60% seat selection rule will be kept in abeyance till further orders, meaning it's suspended until reviewed again. Other airline consumer rights measures still stand, like co-seating families, transparent charges and luggage rules. For more on this, our principal correspondent Disha Yadav has shared this report. Take a look.
The government currently has paused the directive that had mandated the airlines to offer 60% of its flight seats free of cost to the passengers, which actually meant that no additional charges should be levied to the passengers for 60% of the flights. And this would have come into effect from 20th of April this year. However, the airlines have strongly objected to it, citing three big reasons. They say that these extra charges form a big part of their revenue, like the meals, baggages, as well as seats. So if they end up giving 60% of the seats free of cost, then it would cut big part of their earnings. Secondly, they also say that if this directive would have been implemented, then they would have been forced to increase the base ticket prices, which meant that the passengers would have ended up paying more anyway. And thirdly, due to the ongoing crisis in West Asia, they are already financially burdened with the high fuel cost as well as operational expenses.